Appreciate you, Amaze. 4.
Or 9, you said? Back. We have to go up there.
Yeah. I don't know what you were doing.
Sit by Anna. Sit by Anna.
Okay. Well, it depends on which side is the outside.
You're the outside.
Bye, Linda. Thank you for hopping in.
Dear Booney, everyone. Everybody is being welcome and sweetly welcome aboard, everyone. Thanks for sliding all the way over. There's always again all the way over, filling all of the available space.
Okay, I'm gonna command spread you.
Just smile again.
Thanks for all finding our final seats there, friends. Again, final seats, please. If you're on the right hand side, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors beside the closed now. Savannah does my thank you. It's really in other words, Friday, which means let's go.
Here we go, guys.
Jumbo, everyone. Welcome aboard. My name is Zach. I'll be supporting tour guide driving on the reserve setting. Before we get into the reserve, I must remind everyone to remain fully seated with their hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. So lap setting is totally fine, but we must remain in the same lap procedure started in. Make sure not to open around. Jinx. If you have any loose articles or obstacle, hold on to them tightly so don't lose anything on the reserve. If you do have to lose something on the reserve, let me or another supply guide cast know. We'll do our best to get it back to you. I cannot guarantee it'll be the same condition you lost it in, though, as our trucks are very heavy. Your roads are very squishy. We're making our way now into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, Harambe is a Swahili word meaning to come together. It's a want to come together to help protect the local wildlife. We're starting our journey in the little Ituri Forest, though. There's several creatures that use a natural camouflage, as well as the thicker vegetation and foliage of the forest to help blend in and avoid the sight of predators. And on the right-hand side, hanging out behind the thickets of bamboo, is actually an okapi. And the okapi might look like they're related to the zebra with their fun party pants. They're actually not at all. They're closely related to the giraffe, though. We can tell based off the size and shape of their skulls, they were left undiscovered by Westerners until 1901. Up until then, they were thought to be a local myth.
In the back left out.
I do see a saddle stork that's going to be coming up on the right-hand side. They're going to be on the top of the hill here, hanging out in their nest on the right-hand side here in a moment. Get the name from the yellow saddle ship located right at the top of their bills. If they were to stand up tall, they'd be upwards of 5 feet tall, with the wingspan upwards of 9 feet wide. It's actually about the same width as the canopy right over your heads.
Oh, let's see
They'd be made for life, so you'll often see them either in pairs or at least not too far apart from each other. The males have a darker brown or black color compared to the brighter yellow of the female.
Did you get him rolling in the mud? He's trying to
On the left-hand side here, some black rhino. There's one really far out. There's one a lot closer to us here on the left-hand side here in a moment.
Oh, there it is.
Black rhino, actually some of the smaller species of rhino on the planet, only weighing about 4,000 pounds. Much like horses, when they run, they can actually gallop, which means sometimes all 4 of those feet are off the ground at once. They do like to wallow in the mud as well, using that mud as a natural form of sunscreen, as well as to rid themselves against any pests or bugs might be the local areas. On the right-hand side, some greater kudu.
Oh.
These are female greater kudu. You can tell because they don't have any horns on them. Only the males have horns. They're upwards of about 6 feet long when fully grown.
Is your video saved?
Those are awesome ears. They can rotate almost 360 degrees around. Allows them to really listen into the sound.
I might need my
lens,
though.
Any predator might be lurking nearby. There's another one of the saddle circle on the right side. It looks to be the male based off the eye color. Again, they're going to have a dark brown or black color eye compared for the males compared to the brighter yellow of the female. That must mean that the other one was a female in that here. Now on the edge of the forest and entering into the Safi River area, no more aquatic and semi-aquatic life. So as you come over the hill here and around the corner, keep your eyes down to the water. You'll be looking for shadows and bubbles and help identify if there's any animals lurking nearby.
For shadows and bubbles.
Oh my god. You guys, this is a really bumpy ride.
On the center islands here are some pink-backed pelican, these large white birds. They get their name from the pink color of their backs will turn during mating season. Their back feathers will molt away, revealing their pink skin. And they are known as colonial nesters. They'll nest in large colonies, sometimes upwards of 500 of them in a single colony. Also here on the right hand side, hanging out there by the logs just below the surface, there are some Nile hippo. And the Nile hippo do like to spend a lot of their time in the water to help regulate their body temps. They actually hold their breath for several minutes at a time, sometimes even falling asleep underneath the water, coming up naturally in their sleep for air. There's a couple more of them here on the left hand side.
Oh, there's one.
Now, although they spend a lot of the time in the water, they're not known as aquatic animals, more so as semi-aquatic, again coming up out of the water for air and food. They're really not great at swimming though. Each one can weigh as much as a car, about 5,000 pounds, using all of their body weight to sink themselves to the bottom and actually run along the river beds instead. Now they are very territorial animals. If they find anything in their area they don't like, and I really do mean anything, they'll chase, shove, or push it out. Make sure it does not return back into their areas. A group of hippo together is actually known as a bloat of hippo. There's actually a bloat coming in here on the left-hand side here by the waterfalls.
Oh yeah, in the back.
Make sure remaining fully seated there, friends. Again, fully seated, please. Hey, friends, please make sure remaining fully seated there in the third and fourth row, please.
Yeah, just past the phone.
On the left-hand side, some Nile crocodile. Nile crocodile are cold-blooded reptiles. They themselves on the sun during the colder days and months. They'll regulate their body temperature. They have those flat tails that spin in spiral motions. Similar to that of color and abundance, you notice they move a lot faster through the water.
He's fast. Dinosaurs.
A lot of animals behind us will have clean water habitats to remain healthy and safe. So we can all protect these animals by joining the local beach and river care projects to maintain healthy habitats for these animals, as well as any others might be in their local areas. We're also leaving the relative safety of the forest behind. All most animals behind us, we use camouflage to blend in and avoid the sight of predators. That won't quite work where we're heading, as we're not heading out to the savannah. Out here on the savannah, the key to survival is actually greater numbers. You often find large herds of different species roaming together, upwards of 1 million or more in a single herd.
Yep. Give me a second, guys. It's not the lens though.
No.
It's only the attachment.
Savannah is a very fragile ecosystem. Slightest change, movement, or destruction of just about anything can cause the entire ecosystem to collapse. So nice to protect the savannas and keep these animals around for generations to come. And on the right hand side is actually a very large tree known as a baobab tree or upside down tree. You get that name because they kind of look like they're upside down with all their roots up in the air. They should go leaf this for about 9 months out of the year. They have a tree, a third name though, it's the tree of life. That's because they actually have the ability to hold several thousand gallons of water at a time. During times of drought, animals will puncture into them. As we enter the savannah here, we're going to do our best to see as many animals as we can. Cannot guarantee we'll be able to see all of them, as it is their home. They're the ones who get to decide what they want to, where they want to go. Here's the animal spotting guide though. Help identify any that we might see today, or attached to your phone, right above your head.
Alright, guys.
Some giraffes already though.
Whoa.
Some of the tallest creatures on the planet, reaching heights upwards of 20 feet
I
tall.
don't want no
fully
green
grown.
screen. There we go.
Actually, where they get
There
their name
we
as a group,
go.
they're known as a tower of giraffes. And these giraffes are specifically the Maasai giraffe. So because they're black, their shape of those colors splashes across the body. It looks like they have those jagged edges there. You can kind of see them through the trees right now. Looks like a bunch of jagged puzzle pieces put across them. Also there on the right hand side is a dazzle of zebra a little bit further out. We're going to be getting closer to them here in just a moment. Dazzle is actually what we call a group of zebra together. They get that name from the motion dazzling effect they have when they run in their turns. Thanks for the striping patterns. You can't quite tell where one of them ends and the next one begins.
So rickety.
A lot of the animals who live out here on the savannah are known as grazing animals. They graze on the lower grasslands and vegetation around the savannah. picking it almost clean. Keeps it very short. You might also notice on those trees there's almost a defined line on the trees where the tallest creatures have reached up to access the vegetation.
He's about to walk up right next to the people. Oh my.
On the left hand side are some painted dogs. Painted dogs do belong to the canine family. However, unlike your furry friends, these canines only have 4 toes on their paws. Known as crepuscular hunting animals, will hunt during the early morning and evening hours, sleeping throughout the rest of the day. They're actually one of the more successful hunters here in Africa with an 80 to 90% success rate.
Look at them under the rock.
Yep.
They're all sleeping. What is that? A painted dog. They just are sleeping. It's so hot.
On the left-hand side are some sable antelope. Sable antelope in any firefight situation always choose to fight and defend their home. They've actually been known to fight up against even lions on occasion. That's why we chose them to be the emblem of our reserve. Because we're also willing to help fight for and defend these animals, no matter what the costs may be. Going to be coming up here on the right-hand side of the truck here in just a few moments. Actually, a couple are going to be on the left as well. Are some Hartman's mountain zebra. They're one of only 3 species of zebra on the entire planet. We can tell that these are Hartman's mountain zebra because the black and white striping patterns they have don't quite connect to the bellies. These are that cute white underbelly. They also have a black muzzle and a very tiny fold of skin just below the neck known as a dewlap. Dewlaps contain blood vessels to help regulate their blood flows and body temps throughout the hotter days and months out of the year. Now the giraffes here also have what are known as a prehensile tongue, which means like a hand or finger that you'll be able to use to grip onto branches. With their teeth and lips, to rip the branch clean of all of its vegetation. Their tongues, when fully developed, can reach lengths upwards of 18 inches long. And the giraffes only sleep for about 30 to 90 minutes throughout the entire day. They won't do it all at once, they'll do it in short cat naps, a couple seconds or minutes at a time. Actually spend most of the day chewing and eating food, as the chewing motion helps out with their metabolism and digestive health. Similar to cows, actually have several compartments.
Look at the zebras.
Lots of zebras, and there's some gazelle. And
Yep. Guys, if you guys are watching, please like the live stream and consider subscribing. This isn't my normal content. I'm on vacation, but I run a barbering channel, so hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that was loud.
Alright, just currently holding right now. There's an animal in the road. As soon as they clear the road, we will be on the move here shortly. On the bright side, we get a good view, at least. Some zebras and giraffes around us. Make sure we're not trying to call any animals our friends.
Before it crosses. I'll get 10 carrots in your pocket. What's that? Carrots.
Ooh. Rickety ride.
On the right hand side are some springbok as well. You might see them out there on the right.
Oh, the zebra's crossing the street.
Springbok have that tan, black, and white coloration to them. They're actually one of the smaller species of antelope here on the Savannah. They can ride speeds upwards of 55 miles per hour though. While running at those high speeds, they can actually jump upwards of 9 feet in the air to about 13 feet forward. The function is called plonking. These are if you're generally excited or maybe threatened by an animal in their vicinity.
Look, a baby giraffe.
I know.
It's going to be coming to us really close here on the right hand side. Is going to be a baby giraffe here. Baby giraffes when born can be upwards of 6 feet tall. They're up and running within the first 15 to 30 minutes of their life.
Right there.
There's also some wildebeest that are out here on the right hand side. Wildebeest is an Afrikaans word meaning wild beast. They are the second most densely populated land mammal on the planet, second only to that of humans. fact, the largest herd recorded of wildebeest was about 1.5 million of them in a single herd. Wildebeest herds, when they fall asleep, will all face the same direction. That way, if anything startles them in their sleep, they can all get up and start running without bumping into each other.
Oh, there's another.
Oh, jeez.
Now we are entering into elephant country now. Elephants like to reach up into the trees with their trunks to access food and vegetation. And when they can't quite get what they want or all of it, they'll knock the entire tree down using all of their body weight and tusks. Males can be upwards of 13,000 pounds, so the females can be upwards of 9,000 pounds or so. Leaves about a 4,000 pound average difference, making it a little bit easier to tell them apart from each other.
All right, you guys, we're going to be looking at some elephants.
That's the word pachyderm. Now, pachyderm is actually a Greek word meaning thick skin. That's actually because their skin can be upwards of an entire inch in thickness.
Oh, look, baboons.
Oh, baboons.
I do see an elephant there on the right-hand side. Pulling a little bit forward. There's a clearing coming on the right hand side. We're going to get another view of them. The African elephant has those really large ears. They'll flap back and forth. That simple flapping bushing can actually help to cool their body temps upwards of 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks to the blood vessels scattered amongst the ears, essentially turns them into gigantic radiators.
Risky, what's going on?
And then on the right hand side is a very large male elephant. You can tell based off their size. Again, the males can be upwards of about 13,000 pounds. The females be upwards of 9,000 pounds or so. Males do like to spend a little bit of alone time. They're also known to travel in what are known as bachelor herds, which could be upwards of 3 male elephants in a single herd. Yeah, have you ever seen males locking their tusks, or elephants locking their tusks? That's usually the males. The dominant male is actually teaching the other males in their herd some necessary behavioral skills they'll need to know when they go off to start their own herds. You might see he's flapping his ears back and forth. That simple flapping motion can actually help to cool their body temps upwards of 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks to those blood vessels they have scattered amongst the ears, essentially turns them into gigantic radiators. We are currently holding, there is an animal in the road just a bit further up ahead. We are going to be hopefully moving here shortly. They did announce that the animal's clear of the road for now, so hopefully it stays that way so we can keep moving.
Should have brought my gimbal. I'm even tired.
I'm gonna have to reapply to my face. My face is pink. Stop showing my rose.
About to poop.
He is about to poop. Oh, that's and he's cute. He's doing both.
You're welcome, YouTube. If I gotta endure this, you have to endure this too.
Again, we're still currently holding. The road has been cleared of animals, so we should be moving here not too far from now. Just gotta wait for all the trucks in front of us to start moving. If you've ever been in a traffic jam on the highway, think about it like that, just a little worse. We can only go about 5 miles per hour. And with that, it looks like we are going to be on the move here shortly. I'm just going to give the truck in front of us a couple of seconds to get across a bridge. I don't want to be too close to them when they do that. There we go. Now the elephants, though, they do face like a blatant endangered species. Now one of them is actually the mining
Keep
of
on trucking.
coltan. If you don't know what coltan is, you might actually be holding on to some of it right now in your hands or pockets. It's because it's found and used in electronic devices. Specifically, the batteries helps to maintain a good charge within them. So now for the elephants by recycling old electronics, limiting the need to mine for more and more coltan. Now we can help protect the habitat that these elephants as well as some other animals do rely on for their safety. As we come around the corner here ahead of us, we're passing that clay pit. Now, elephants like to eat the red clay as it contains minerals and vitamins necessary for their digestive health, kind of like how humans will take their daily vitamins. Yeah, we're now passing through that red clay, but I do see some fresh dust marks here on the right-hand side. That's a pretty good indicator their herds passed through recently. Hopefully they're still around. We can catch up with them. I already do see a baby elephant actually here on the left-hand side. Now, that baby elephant looks to be about 1 to maybe 2 years old. Still quite young, going to be hanging around their parents for quite some time until they get a lot older, a lot bigger. Become more explorative to look around. Now, the elephants have actually been known to trample over farmlands as well, to help protect those farmlands as well as the elephants. The Walt Disney Conservation Fund and local scientists here in Africa partnered together. Through research, they found out the elephants do not like bees, so they developed beehive boxes and bee fences to help protect those farmlands. And through testing, they found that had an 80% effectiveness. The mere sight or sound of those bees actually keep the elephants away for several years at a time.
There's more up there too.
Yo.
A lot more elephants.
The elephants actually won't drink water through their trunks like you might think. They'll actually drink water, suck up a little bit of water at a time up their trunks, and then bring their trunk up to their mouth and then drink from their trunks. That's because similar to humans, if you ever tried to drink water through your nose, or got it up your nose while you're swimming one day, it kind of stings a little bit, doesn't really feel too great. Now, we did already talk about there was a bachelor herd. This is actually going to be the family herd here on the left-hand side. Unlike the bachelor herd, the family herd is actually led by a matriarch. This will be the oldest female elephant in the herd. We do have some great memories, though. They can use those. They can actually be able to remember every single watering hole they've ever visited in their entire life, almost. Helps them to keep the herd safe by bringing them back to relative safety and fresh drinking water.
Yep.
And here on the left-hand side of here, as we come around this turn here, it's a flamboyance of greater flamingo. Flamboyance is actually what we call a group of flamingo together. They get their pink colorations from a protein called beta-carotene found in the brine shrimp, as well as other crustaceans and algae that they'll eat. Now, when hatched, they're usually more of a whitish gray color. They won't really start developing their pink colorations until they're almost a year old or so. Some of the lighter species of flamingo on the planet is because of their size. They are actually the largest species of flamingo on the planet, resulting in a lower concentration of the beta-carotene protein throughout their bodies. We're now about to make our way into a different part of the Savannah. It's got some more foliage and vegetation. So as we come around the corner here, hopefully we'll find some new animals.
Yeah, we're ready to.
I do see what's going to be coming up on the left-hand side here is my concern. It's a crash of white rhino. A crash is actually what we call a group of rhino together. Contrary to the name though, the white rhino actually not white at all. If you washed all the mud off, it'll be more of a darkish gray color. And they actually get the name from the mistranslated Afrikaans word veit. Now veit in English actually means wide in reference to their wide mouths, used to graze along the lower grasslands vegetation around the savanna. Each one of these white rhino can actually weigh as much as 6,000 pounds. They can still run though, pretty fast, upwards of about 35
What you think,
miles
YouTube?
per hour.
Drop some comments.
He's right there.
Yeah, he's like literally to the
Here on
right.
the right side, it looks like there's some ostriches here as well. Some of the fastest animals on two legs. The Cameron speeds upwards of 40 miles per hour. Yeah, the largest flightless feathered birds on the planet as well. They use those wings to actually help balance themselves out while they're running those high
Don't
speeds.
look real.
All animals are animals. Ooh, he's looking at you.
On the left-hand side are some cheetahs there on the hill. Some of the fastest land mammals on the planet. Can accelerate speeds of 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 3 seconds. They can do this thanks to the semi-retractable claws, meaning that their claws will never fully retract unlike other big cats. Allows them to really grip into the ground and get the expert traction they need to get those high speeds. A group of cheetah together is actually known as a coalition of cheetah. There's another one coming up here on the left-hand side here by the brush.
It's kind of scary.
Back there. Because they're so beautiful. Right there. Oh, right there.
Don't worry, I got
Oh, I see. Yep.
The cheetahs are actually not known as marathoners, more so as sprinters. They really only hold those high speeds for brief seconds at a time. They have a black line of fur as well going down their face, just below their eyes from their tuducts. This is a natural set of sunglasses, kind of like how sports athletes put black out under their eyes, stops the sun from reflecting off their own face. And their own eyes here on the left-hand side. There's a lion there climbing up on the rocks right now.
Yep.
Now this is a large rock formation known as a Kopi rock formation.
He's
Other
chilling.
predators, like those lions, do like to hang around these tall rocks, so they'll climb up all the way up to the tippy top sometimes to get those higher elevated areas and get a better view, look around the Savannah for any prey that might be nearby. Now, contrary to the song, lions actually don't sleep at night. They're actually known as crepuscular hunting animals, being they'll hunt during the early morning and evening hours. Actually sleep for about 16 to 20 hours out of the entire day, these lions. Female lions are ones who go out and do all the hunting while the males stay behind to protect the rest of the pride. They do have some fairly loud roars that can be heard upwards of 5 miles away. And they won't use these roars to communicate with each other, actually use these roars to assert their dominance over parts of the savannah. Kind of their way of warding off other predators from entering their territory.
They're all in the shade.
Yep. They're probably conniving with the hyena.
Don't see any right now, but I do see the burrows left behind by some warthogs spotted in the area recently. Those holes there on the ground are some burrows left behind by some warthogs that they'll dig those burrows out with their tusks when they go to sleep with their tusks pointed outward just to protect themselves against any animals or predators might be lurking nearby. They're actually one of the largest species of burrowing animal on the planet. Now, warthogs can actually run at speeds upwards of 34 miles per hour. There's some surprising amounts of stamina as well. There's some ostrich eggs here coming on the right-hand side of the truck there. They do lay some of the largest eggs on the planet. Each one can weigh as much as 3 pounds, which might not seem that impressive. It's actually about the same weight as 3 dozen chicken eggs, though. We're now making our way into the Magane Glen Forest. This is where a reserve warden has taken up her post, literally really close to, if not basically on the reserve. Which means we have to keep an eye on all of the animals, make sure they all remain safe and protected. Recently, she adopted a small herd of Nigerian dwarf goats. They are a form of dairy goats. We've been offering food, shelter, and veterinary services to help protect these goats. We can harvest the milk from them, keep it for ourselves, and we're selling it at the local farmers market. It's a great way how we can show we can coexist with and help protect our local wildlife. The yellow box that they're sent is one of those V-boxes I was talking about earlier. They're worth really crafting one to help protect the little farmland from the elephants. I know what y'all are thinking. Those goats look fairly small and cute. Well, you are 100% correct. They're actually fully grown. Won't really get a whole lot bigger than they currently are. I do hope everyone had a great time on the reserve today. Hopefully you got to see all of the animals you wanted to, and if not, you can always come back. No two safaris are the same after all. You really never know who or what you're going to see out there on the reserve. And I do want to congratulate y'all on taking your first step in conservation. That's by simply being willing to come out here, see and learn about the animals that are on the reserve. The next step is actually a challenge I'm leaving you guys with to go out there and learn more about these and other animals around the world with your local libraries and on the internet. You can share this information with your friends and families. You can share your love and appreciation for the wildlife. Also reach out to your local representatives and elected officials to remind them that we care about the animals and we'd like to see more initiatives to help protect the wildlife around the world. Now, if you feel so inclined, you can help out a lot of animals directly by donating to the Disney Conservation Fund at any of the shops here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. By doing so, you help protect all of the animals here on the reserve as well as others around the world. Disney will actually match every donation for every dollar and every cent that is donated. The closest place to make a donation is out there with Boston Marketplace off in the Harambe Village area. By donating $1 or more, build a collector cool badge. You get to keep yourself as an awesome souvenir.
All right, YouTube. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's been Pico.Blurred. See ya.
That symbol like the lion.